Hey ho, dear one, how are we doing on this fine day? We're talking about your human design identity or G center. And from a manifestation perspective or conscious creation, this is your most powerful center in many ways. This is the center for love and life direction. And located inside your identity center is something called the magnetic monopole. And this is like a magnet, and it gives us an actual code that helps guide us in creating deep alignment with our intentions, with the intentions we set. And our higher purpose in this lifetime is encoded in this center, in the identity center, which is sometimes called the G center. If you're on the newer side of human design, we'll leave a link in the show notes where you can run your chart for free. The identity center is at the center of your body graph, and it's represented typically as a heart. And if it's colored in, it's defined. And if it's white, it's open. If you have openness, that means that you take your cues from your environment around you. And if you have definition, that means you have consistent access to this particular energy and it comes from within. If you have openness here, you can tend to question your love ability. And so you're really here to become wise in the ways in which we can love ourselves. And also you magnify lovability in others when they're in your presence. So openness here can be really powerful. And definition can also be powerful because you are very clear of who you are and what you are here to express. So a beautiful affirmation of the G center, which I got from my human design teacher, Karen Curry Parker, is, I am who I am, and I express myself in all that I do. I celebrate the magnificence of who I am. And certainly that is an affirmation that we can all take on, whatever your human design chart says. I am who I am. I express myself in all that I do. I celebrate the magnificence of who I am. So we're going to be talking about today the wonders of this energy center and how to unlock its fierce and powerful potential to enable you to step into the role as conscious creator of your experience so that the intentions you set, you can get a beautiful inflow alignment to those intentions and they can start to be fulfilled, showing up in your manifest reality. So let's get right to it. In today's episode, I reveal how the identity center activates your ability to become the conscious creator of your experience, the gates of the identity center, and the alignment question for each gate. We'll end on an invitation that will have you activating and harnessing the power of your identity center to help you unlock the energies necessary to fulfill the full potential of your life purpose and soul mission. So please stay with me until the end. Hello, Soul Guide Circle. That is the name of this global and growing community of soul-guided leaders and entrepreneurs. In the Soul Guide Circle, we are using our spiritual gifts to grow prosperous, heart-led businesses that are on the leading edge of consciousness. Find a link to join our closed Facebook group at AllisonScammell.com or in the show notes. Today, we're exploring your human design identity or G center. And that is the center for love and direction. And the real trick and key to activating and amplifying your ability to be the conscious creator of your experience is really harnessed in this identity center. This is the center where the magnetic monopole is located. And this is like an energetic magnet, and our life and our soul purpose is also encoded in this magnetic monopole. So when we set a soul-guided intention, If it is truly soul guided, it is always in alignment to our life purpose and soul mission. And when you have this alignment and you are able to stimulate the energies of this energy center, you accelerate your ability to fulfill those intentions or reach those dreams. And so, how do you stimulate this center? Well, certainly, first and foremost, if you have openness here, you're always going to start with this question: am I questioning my lovability? If you have an open G center or identity center, you should ask yourself that question on the daily or the weekly, because this is just going to help you step into high alignment of this energy center. And this will stimulate and activate your magnetic monopole. If you have definition here, you can downplay your magnificence. You can play small because you're worried about how others will perceive you or outshining others. So you always want to be in the celebration of the magnificence of who you are. But let's go through the gates. And I do invite you, if you don't already know, to run your chart and check out to see which of the gates at the identity center you have defined. And that will just mean that this is a gate that the energy is going to show up a little bit more consistently for you. It is likely going to be part of your soul curriculum. So there are things inside this gate for you to heal. There are things inside this gate for you to express and to harness, to step into high expression of your energy. And so it's just pointing you to your tendencies. But remember, we all have all parts of the chart. So you're looking for the gates where you feel a resonance, you feel it's calling towards you. And certainly if you have all openness here, you want to go to that gate where you feel like this gate is calling my attention at this point in my journey. And much of the human design information I'll be passing on to you today is coming from Karen Curry Parker's newest book, The Quantum Human. And if you want to check that book out, we will leave a link in the show notes for you to do that. We're going to start with gate 10, and I'm just going to give you the quantum human design name of this gate. And this is the gate of self-love. And the invitation for this gate is to learn to love yourself. And when you're in high expression of this gate, you see your love for yourself as your source of true creative power. A contemplation question for this gate is, am I loving myself? Am I loving myself? And remember, whether you have this gate defined or not, doesn't matter. If you do have it defined, then, kind of listen in closely here. If you don't have it defined, notice if this is a question that you really feel like you should be asking right now. And if you're questioning your self-love, which we all do at various times in our path, or we all do at varying degrees, is there some healing that is ready to happen so you can activate the true power of this gate? Moving to gate 7, in high expression of this gate, you have the energy to unify people around an idea that influences the direction of leadership. So this is a real leadership gate called the gate of collaboration, sometimes called the gate of the chief of staff. So you are really good at playing that chief of staff role, but you're also really good at activating leadership inside of others. A contemplation question is, what are your gifts and strengths? And how do you use those gifts and strengths to lead and influence others? Moving on to the gate 1, the gate of purpose. The high expression of this gate is to know the authentic self and have a deep connection with life purpose. And a powerful contemplation question for gate 1 is, am I fully expressing my authentic self? Am I fully expressing my authentic self? Moving on to gate 13, this is the gate of the narrative. The mastery of this gate is the ability to use the power of personal narrative to create with power and intention. And a contemplation question is, what stories about your life are you holding on to? What stories about your life are you holding on to? Moving to the gate 25, I have a lot of definition in this center, and so I do have the gate 25 defined, and this is the gate of spirit. And the mastery of this gate is to connect with source with consistency to fulfill your divine purpose and fulfill the true story of who you are and the role you play in the cosmic plan. And the mastery of gate 25 is to use your alignment with source as a way of healing the world. So this is a true gate about harnessing the power of source and using that power in your life and really using that connection in your life and business. And a contemplation question is, am I trusting source right now? Am I trusting and truly surrendered to my unique connection to source? Next is gate 46, and this is the gate of embodiment. And the mastery of this gate is to recognize that the body is the vehicle for the soul, and to fully embody spirit inside of your physical body and to be committed and devoted to seeing how much life force you can embody into physical form. I love this gate. And so a super powerful contemplation question for this gate is, do you love your body? What can you do to deepen your love for your body? Moving to gate 2, the gate of allowing. The mastery of this gate is to set intentions and move solidly forward towards the fulfillment of the authentic self. And so these are about setting intentions that enable you to be your true authentic self, and then completely trusting and surrendering that you are supported in being in this full expression. So a powerful contemplation for this gate is, do you ask for help when you need it? And do you trust that source is supporting you in fulfilling your intentions? So for this one, it's about, do you really have that surrender to your intentions, knowing that they're going to show up as you intended them or in some way better, so you can really be in that energy of allowing. For the gate 15, that is the gate of compassion. In high expression of this gate, you have the ability to trust your own flow and rhythm. And you have the ability to set parameters for your creativity and work when it feels right, and then rest in between. And a powerful contemplation question for this gate is, do I trust my own rhythm? So I just want to go through those gates again with some affirmations to offer you that I think can be really powerful for your activation and activating your magnetic monopole. And where you have definition, lean in and pay attention to those gates. Where you don't, just lean into what your heart is calling you towards. It may be a piece of your energy that you're in shadow, and this gate is going to help you step back into high expression. And when you do that, you're activating the energy of love and self-love. At the end of the day, this heart center, this energy center at your heart space, called the G center or the identity center, is about your relationship to your self-love. And when you stimulate this energy of love to yourself, it stimulates your energy to love to others, and it stimulates your magnetic monopole and your ability to attract into your experience all those things that your heart is calling you towards. Starting again at gate 10 about self-love, and your affirmations are, I am love. I love myself. Gate 7, the gate of the collaborator and self-empowerment. I am powerful. I decide. I choose. Gate 1, for purpose and authentic self-expression. I am who I am. Gate 13, the narrative, the forgiveness. I am forgiving. I tell my own story. Gate 25, spirit, love of spirit. I am serving. I trust source. Gate 46, embodiment. I am vital. I embody my spirit, my soul. Gate 2, allowing, supporting, receiving. I am supported. I allow my support. And finally, gate 15, compassion, diversity. I am compassionate. I share. So my invitation for you this week is to run your chart if you haven't already. Go to the identity or the G center, which is either represented as a heart in the center of your body graph, or it is a square sort of shaped as a diamond at the center of your chart with these gates inside of it. Pick out one gate where you have definition here and explore that gate. Ask the contemplation questions and then craft yourself an affirmation around these affirmations that I just shared about. I am who I am. I tell my own story. I trust source. I am vital. And when you speak these affirmations out loud, I am who I am. Be in your heart space and just set the intention to connect to your feelings of self-love, of the love you have for yourself. And all you have to do is just be in love for the self, be in high expression of the gate. And this is how we align without having to do anything. This is one of the most powerful ways we align to our highest, most purposeful intentions. If you don't have any definition at all in your identity center, go to the gate that's calling you. Explore the contemplation question and craft an affirmation for yourself to help you shift into high alignment and high expression of the gate and of the energy. And when you do that, you will find yourself in a beautiful flow based on love and connection and your desire to serve. And before you know it, those soul-guided intentions you set 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, they start showing up into your reality with ease, flow, and love. All right, my dear ones, that's a wrap for this week. If you're loving this episode, I would be so grateful to head over to wherever it is you listen, hit subscribe, leave a rating and review, and of course, I will read your amazing words on the air. And as always, until next time, may your soul guide the way.